Good evening, everyone. This is BremSter, and today I'm coming to you with something that's a little bit weird for me. So, about 6 months ago, while I was going through a crisis that many of you know about, I came up with an idea for a constraint, and I shared the idea for that constraint with a few people. Raumplaner thought the constraint idea was really cool and created this puzzle for it. And then, to be honest, we forgot about it. And I was going through some stuff recently and was reminded about it. And I asked Raumplaner if he still had a copy of the puzzle, and he did. And I can't find the original puzzle I created to demonstrate this constraint. I don't think it was a very good puzzle. It was more along the lines of, here is an idea I'm playing with. And then Raumplaner created this puzzle, which was a much better idea of the constraint. Testers said this is an okay puzzle, but it's supposed to demonstrate the constraint that I was playing with. I'm going to continue to try and find my original puzzle. My original puzzle was called Relocages because that's what I came up with as the name of the constraint. Raumplaner's called his pointing cages because it's kind of what the constraint does. So thank you to Raumplaner for taking the idea I came up with and running with it. But I just thought it was a good constraint idea, and then because of everything going on in my life at the time, I completely forgot about it. And I thought it would be good to kind of use the channel that I have to revisit the constraint, solve this puzzle, and maybe inspire some others to play with this constraint, because maybe it has legs. I don't know. I have spent no time playing with it. I invented it, but I haven't spent any time playing with it. But I could see some other ways that this could be used. We'll see. So let's have a look at this, shall we? The Relocages constraint, which I don't think has been seen anywhere else. Maybe someone else has come up with it in the last 6 months and I don't know about it. That happens. That just happens. Maybe someone else saw my idea and ran with it, and I don't know. That could also happen. But this puzzle is Pointing Cages by Raumplaner. So how does this work? So normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, we have to place the digits 1 to 9 without repetition. This is a killer puzzle. So digits in cages must sum to the number in the top left corner of the cage if given. Digits cannot repeat in any of these cages because they're all straight, so they cannot repeat anyway, but killer, they couldn't repeat. And then there's the Relocages rule, which is if a digit is placed on an arrow, then one of the other digits in the same cage must be pointed to by the arrow and will be a distance away equal to the digit placed on the arrow. So what that means is, I'll use this cage, but if this digit here was a 3 and this digit was a 9, then it would mean that 3 digits away from the arrow, that would be a 9. And that's the way that works. Basically, 1, 2, 3 away from that arrow would be a 9 because the other digit in the cage is a 9. Similarly, if this was a 2, then 2 digits away along that arrow would have to be a 9. That's basically how that works. And yeah, the values that could go on arrows, but it has to be another value. So in this 10 cage, for example, if this was a 2, one of these 2 digits will be put there. That's basically what it means. And if this is a 1, then one of these 2 digits, whatever they are, will have to get put there. I don't know the difficulty of this puzzle. I don't know anything about it. I don't even remember any of the details about the original proof of concept puzzle I made. Nothing at all. So I'm going to restart the puzzle restart my timer on this one, or restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So I know a 5 cage is limited. So it'd be 1, 4 or 2, 3, but I don't think this could be 1, 4, because if either of these is a 1, so if this was a 1, 4, then this would be saying that the other digit, oh, hang on. Ooh, could that work? Because if this is 1, 4, actually, I'm not sure. Because if this is a 1, this would be a 4, and that would be saying that the other digit in the cage would be 1 cell away. That could work. So this could be 1, 4, but this couldn't be 1. Because if this was a 1, then that would be saying there'd be a 4 here, and that can't be the case because both of those would be 4. So this can't be a 1, so this can't be a 4, but it could be 1, 4 in that order. Now 2, 3. Actually, that can't be, ooh, okay, this can't be 2, 3. Because if this is 2, 3, this would be 2, 3, and that'd be saying that the other digit in the cage, right, this straight arrow is important. This straight one here. Actually, this is incredibly important because this is pointing. Actually, that is incredibly important. This arrow is pointing to this row, but this has to point to wherever that is. So if this has to be a 1, it absolutely has to be a 1, because if this is pointing to this digit, and if this was pointing to here, then it would say that digit is also there. And if this was a 3, it would be saying that that digit is also there, and neither of those is possible. This is 1 and 4, and this is saying that the other digit is 4 away, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is a 1. That's very cool. I like that a lot. Now, I don't know anything about the totals of these cages, but this can't have a 1 or a 4 in it. So this is 2, 5. So what that's telling me is if this is a 2, this is a 5, and this would be a 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that would be a 2. So either that is a 5 and that is a 2, or that is a 5 and that is a 2. But I'm not sure which way that goes. This is very strange. So 13 cage without a 2 or a 5. So 9, 4, 8, can't use 8, 5, could use 7, 6. So this is either 9, 4 or 7, 6. Now this can't be 9 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this can't be 9, so this can't be 4. I don't think that's the way to look at this. Now this is the same. This has to be a 1. So what this has taught me is this has to be a 1 because this has to point to wherever this digit is in this row. So this is a 1, but I don't know what that is. But whatever that is pointing to the 1. So wherever the 1 is in this column will give me what that digit is. This is fascinating. Now, a 10 cage can't have more than a 7 in it. This 8 cage can't be 1, 7. So it's 2, 6 or 3, 5. Something I'm missing. So this can only be 1, 2 or 3 because it's pointing to a digit that is 1, 2 or 3 away. This can only be 1, 2, 3 or 4. This can't be a 1 for various reasons. So it's 2, 3 or 4. This is 2, 3 or 4, and it can't be a 4 because it has to point to one of these digits. Now, it can't be a 1 because if it's a 1, it would be putting that digit there. And it can't be a 4 because I can't put 2 4s in an 8 cage. So this is a 2 or a 3, and that digit goes in one of those two cells. But a 2 or a 3 means this is the 5 or a 6. It's got to be, I feel it's something to do with these 2s and 5s, which are putting either 5 or 2 here and 5 or 2 here. Now this can't be a 1 or a 2 because that would put that digit in one of those. So this is 3, 4 or 5. Actually, this can't be a 1. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7. Okay, that's not it. I really don't know where I'm looking. This is 1, 2, 3 or 4. This is 1, 2, 3 or 4 because it has to be at least, can't be more than 4 digits away. So this is 8, 7, 6 or 5. I'm really confused. If this is a 2, this would be a 7, and that would have to be a 7, and it can't be. So this is not 2, 7, but this is 1, 2 or 3 because it can only be 1, 2 or 3 digits away, but that's not telling me much. I'm really confused by this. Don't get me wrong. It's not as if I don't like it. I'm just confused by it. If this is 2, this is 5 or 6. If this is 3, this is 5 or 6. I'm not seeing a problem with any of that. If this is 2, I have to put 4 in one of those. Hang on, if this is 2, Whoa. If this is 2, then I have to put 4 in one of these, and that'd be 2 plus 4, which would be 6, and I'd have to put another 6 in. So this can't be a 2. This is a 1 or a 3. Now, if this is a 2, that's not telling me anything. But this is a 1 or a 3. Can I put a 5 in there? I think I can. This is 1, 2, 3, or 4, because there's only 4 digits to do. Now, if this is a 2, this can't be a 2. If this is a 2, it'd be there, but this would have to be a 5, and it can't be. So this is not a 2. Oh, it's this. It's this cell, because this has to be 1, 2, 3, or 4, and it can't be 1, 2, or 4. This is a 3. So this digit is there. This is a 1. This is not 1 or 3. This is 2 or 4. So 1, 2 would be 3, and this would be a 7. 1, 4 would make this a 5. But there's no 1 here, so there's no 8 here. So this is 4, 5, or 2, 7. Oh, hang on. This 3 makes this the 4 and this the 5. So this is the 2 and the 7. And there has to be a 1 or a 7 there, and it can't be the 1. So this is also a 7, because that digit has to be one of those two, and it can't be the 1 because there's already a 1 in the row. That's cool. That digit now has to be one of those two, so this is a 2 or a 7. 1, 3, or 4 is whatever that is. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that has to be a 5, because 4 along that row is that digit. This is fascinating. This can't be 1, 7, or 3, 5 now, so this is 2, 6. And either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's a 2, or that's a 6. There's a 7 in one of those two. This is absolutely fascinating. This is 6, 4, or 3. But if this is 2, 6, this is 3, 4. If this is 3, 5, this is 1, 6. I am still confused. Oh, hang on. 3 along here is 3, 4, or 6, but this can't be 3 or 4. This is a 6. So this is a 6 and this is a 1. 1 along here is now 6. So that is 6. But but also just as important is this has to point to the 1, and that's 1, 2, 3 away. So that's the 3. Now by Sudoku, that's a 1. And there's now a 1 in one of those two by Sudoku. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are an 8, 9 pair. Now this has to be one of those digits, but I'm not sure what they are yet. Absolutely fascinating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 or 7. 2 or 3. Well, I do know 6 is down in one of those two. Oh, this 6, of course, makes this 5 and this 3. So 1, 2, 3, that works. That absolutely works. So which ones of these have been done might be a thing to do. This one is pointing at the 4, so that one's been done. The 4 is pointing at a 1, that one's been done. The 3 is pointing at a 6, so that one's been done. 2, this can't be 2 because that would need to be the 5. So that is the 5 and that is the 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's the 2. 2 now needs to point at 5 and that's the 5. And both of those have been done. 1 needs to point to 2 or 7. And whichever one of those resolves now will complete that. So that's now done. 1 is pointing at 6, that's done. 3 is pointing at 5, that's done. 2 is pointing at 7, that one is done. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is pointing at 5, that one is done. 3 is pointing at 1, that one is done. 1 is pointing at 3, that one is done. It's fascinating. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If this was a 6, this would be a 2. But this can't be 2, 6 because the 6 is there. So this is 6 and this is 2 and the 6 is now done. Now 1, 2 or 3. This can't be a 6. So this can't be a 2. This is a 1 or a 3. I'm kind of happy with this. So 1, 2, 3 or 4. But this can't be a 4 because 1, 2, 3, 4. If this is a 4, this would be a 6. So this is a 3 and that is what goes there. So those are the same digit. But that makes this a 1 and those are the same digit. And what can they be then? It sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are from 8 and 9. And I've now got an 8, 9 pair in this box. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. These are from 4, 7, 8, 9. Now that can't be a 9 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is the maximum. So this is a 4 or a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 1, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which could be lots of stuff. There's no 4 here. Actually, that's a 7 because there's no 4 there and there's an 8, 9 pair. So that's the 7, that is the 4, and there's no 4 or 7 there. So whatever that points to, it needs to be an 8 or a 9. So this has to be, can't be 1, 2 or 3, so it's 4, 5 or 6. So this is 4, 5 or 6, but it has to point to an 8 or a 9. 1, 2, 3, so it can't be 4, so 5 or 6, one of those two has to be 8 or 9. But I'm not seeing a problem there yet. But 1, 2, 3, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a 1, and that is now done. This is so cool. I could have placed that one earlier by Sudoku because I had 4 1s looking in the box. Planner came up with a phenomenal puzzle. This one looks up, meaning that's not the 1 and this is the 1. Oh, this 7 looks up, meaning that's 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 6, 7, 8, and 9. That's not 6. That's not 6. So that's a 7, 8, 9. So 7 is in one of those two. So there's no 7 there. There's no 7 there. So this has to point to a 6, an 8, or a 9. And itself is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Lots of options. Well, it can't be 1 or 2 because then it'd be pointing within the same cage. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. Now, if it's 3, that could work. Can't be 4. Hang on. 1, 2, 3. Can't be 4 because this can't be 7. Could be 5. Can't be 6 or 7 because then it'd land on a 2 or a 1, and this can't be 2 or 1. So this is 3, 5, or 8. It's very confusing. Oh, it can't be 5. So it's 3 or 8 only. So it's there or there. Now this is pointing 1, 2, 3. So those are the same digit. What can they be? They can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are an 8, 9. And now I've got an 8, 9 pair in the column. That's the 7. This is not a 7. So these are a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now in this column, 1, I'm missing a 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a 2. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are 3 and 6. This is absolutely nuts. So 5 in this box can't go in any of these cells. This is a 5. And these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, and 9. Must contain a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This can't be a 4 anymore because this can only be a 6 or a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it can't be a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would work if it's 8. And 7 would work. So, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would work if it's 9. And if it's 7, this is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If this is 7, this is 6, and it's pointing to that. Five is in one of those two. Is it this now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. Is it those two being the same? Like, can I colour the 8s and 9s? I don't want to uncolour the digits I've done. So if this was green, this would be purple. So this would be purple. This would be purple. So this would be purple and this would be green. And the reason I'm doing this is these, no, I've got this wrong. Let me uncolour all of that. Because these have to be the same, because this is pointing to there, and that has to be the same digit as that. So those are both green. So this is purple. This is purple because it's different to green. This is now green. So this is purple. Is this getting me anywhere? This is purple. That, I'm not sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hang on a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But either of those could be purple. So this isn't getting me anywhere. I've missed something. Have I missed a cage sum or something? Oh, this 5 makes this a 4, which makes this a 5. Three is in one of those two. But 3 has to be in one of those two. So that's not the 3, and this is the 3. 2 is in one of those two. It's not quite it, is it? I feel there should be something I can do here. Oh, hang on. This is a 13 cage. I completely missed this as a 13 cage, and I've whittled down responses. This can't be 9. This would be 4. This is 6. This is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is now resolved. But that means that this is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've already got those being the same now. Damn. So what did that do for me? There's no 6 here. So 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is either green, which it is. This is now green. So this is either green or this is green, both of which are possible. Poop. This is not the 5, this is the 5. Got to put a 3 in here? No. I completely missed the killer, and I'm just checking to see whether I've done all of the cages now. So I haven't done this, but those are the same. Is there any other arrow not done? One of these, that or that is green. What am I missing? I've got to put a 2 in one of those. I don't think that's it. Green is in one of those 2. Hang on, green can't go there or there because those are green. So green is in one of these 2, which means this can't be green because if there's green here, I couldn't put green there, there, or there, and there'd be no green in this box, and it can't be purple. That's a 4. This is not a 4. So now this can't be a 3, or that would have to be an 8 or a 9. So this is an 8, green is 9. So green is now 9. Purple is now 8. Because this is saying that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 has to be 9, and I can get rid of the purple. And I can there is a 9 in one of those 2, and I can get rid of all of the green. I can also get rid of all of the white, which I'll do that way. Now, have I done, this is now done, and have I done all the arrows now? This one's not. 1, 2, 3. This is an 8 or a 9, and it's an 8. So that's an 8. This arrow is done. And I think I've now done, I haven't done this one, but yep, I have done this one. And now all of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that arrow's done. And now all of the arrows are done, and I can get rid of the coloring completely. Right. So now I should just be down to Sudoku. There is a 2 right there by Sudoku because 2 can't go in any of those. I need to put a 3 in this box. So what are those? 3, 6, and 7. There's no 6 there. Actually, there's no 6 there either. So this is the 6. This is a 3, 7 pair. So there's no 3 there. This is the 3. So 1, 2, 3. This is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are an 8, 9 pair. That 9 makes that the 8 and that the 9. This box is missing a 2, 4, and 8. Well, there's no 2 there. There's no 8 in either of those. So that's the 8. This is a 2, 4 pair. I'll use that 4 to make that 2 and that 4. This is a triple now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6, 8, and 9. There's an 8, 9 looking down. So that's the 6. This becomes an 8, 9. Use that 8 to make that 9 and that 8. This 8, of course, made this 9. This row is missing a 2. This now is a 4, 7 pair. And that 4 makes that 7 and that 4. This box is missing a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3, 7, and 9. There's a 7, 9 in column 1, so that's the 3, and I can take 3 out of those. I can use that 9 to make that the 7 and that the 9. The 7 looks up making that 3 and that 7. I'll use the 3 to make that 6 and that 3, and in this box I need to put a 4, which has to go there. I need to put in a 6, which because of that one can't go there, so that is the 6, 6, and then I need to put in a 7, and that is the correct solution to pointing cages by Raumplaner using the Relocages constraint, which I came up with about 6 months ago and did nothing with. That was a lot of fun, and I'd completely forgotten what I was playing with when I made this one, and I'm really happy that I did. This is Raumplaner's puzzle. I am not taking any credit away from Raumplaner for making this puzzle. Raumplaner is the one who made this puzzle work. I did nothing with it. That's a really cool puzzle. Thank you, Raumplaner, for putting that one together. There was some beautiful logic in there that I was just unable to bring to fruition at the time. And I'm looking forward to playing with this one because that was a lot of fun. Thank you everyone for watching. If you're a setter and you want to play with this, please do. I think this is cool and maybe you could do more with it. I don't know. I really don't know. I haven't tried. Yeah, thank you everyone. Hope you're enjoying the puzzles. Hope you're enjoying the channel. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. I do try and put up a banner. If you have know of setters who are setting puzzles that are coffee and lunch break and doing interesting things, please tell them to submit to the channel or point out that I exist, because it would be really, really cool to try and get some more people on board. I've been doing this for 2 years and I'm still tiny, so it would be good to sort of get some growth happening. Thanks everyone for watching. I'm working on stuff to bring some more puzzles in form of packs again. I know that I kind of fell off the wayside when my father got sick at late last year, and I have not been able to get that back happening again, but I'm trying to get some momentum behind that again. All of the people who were working on it have gone away. It's been a year, so I can't blame anyone for that. But still working on trying to get that happening again. Thank you everyone for watching, and as always, good luck with your solving.